Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. I'm seeing a pattern, hence this video. A lot of people are chasing different opportunities, yet nothing seems to work for them. Why is that? And a red flag comes up for me when I hear from someone who joins us or joins our community who's like, I tried these 5, 6, 8 things in the past. I tried some e-com, some real estate, some this, some that. And now I'm hoping that crypto and DeFi is the answer. And a red flag comes up because it probably won't be until we work on some fundamentals, some foundations, which is what I really want to talk about today. There's 7 levels of financial freedom, and I want us to get aware of where we're at so we can actually get to the next level. And a lot of people are starting from 0 and trying to get to 100 by some new opportunity, and they're falling into a bit of a rut 2-3 months later because nothing is happening, and then they're blaming the opportunity instead of pointing the finger at themselves and saying, maybe there's a pattern here. So I'm really hoping this video serves you. By the way, we get comments and DMs like this all of the time. I joined because I thought this was more crypto and DeFi, and it turns out to be so much more. We do mindset, money mindset, healing money wounds. It's ridiculous. It's crazy the relationship that we have with money that goes unnoticed, unknown. It's subconscious, and it sabotages our money-making efforts over and over. We talk business, entrepreneurship, and all the above. So this channel is a reflection of that as well. So if you like videos and content like this that go just beyond the actual opportunity vehicle like crypto and DeFi, then this channel is for you. Like and subscribe. With that said, let's get into it. Levels of financial freedom. I'll start by saying this. Financial freedom, the equation is really simple. Your passive or your leveraged income, the income that flows to you without needing your time or it's extremely leveraged, exceeds your time for money income. That's it. You are financially free when you reach this stage, which is not that difficult to do. We have a lot of members who've done it through crypto and DeFi, but that's just the opportunity vehicle. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I just like crypto and DeFi because it's liquid, it's quick, and anyone can do it with any size of capital, and the returns far outpace a lot of other investment opportunities. That said, all opportunities can get you here. It just depends how you play the game. So your passive or your leveraged income exceeds your time for money income. Let me know if that makes sense. Leave it in the comments. Your passive or your leveraged income exceeds your time for money income. So if you chose not to work, you wouldn't have to. So that's really important to know your freedom number. Hey, if I make $6,000 a month, we've had so many members and clients hit $6,000 a month in DeFi income, and guess what? By definitions, they're financially free. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank account. I know people with millions of dollars and they're so far from financially free because A, their lifestyle expenses are ridiculous, and they're working 80 hours a week to maintain that. That's not financial freedom, at least in the definition that we're talking about here. Some people would think that's financial freedom, but it's not. 7 levels, and I want you to identify where you're at. Level 1 is avoidance. I was in this in my 20s. Avoidance. I was avoiding looking at my bank accounts. I was avoiding the money conversation. I was avoiding anything to do with trying to get my finances in order. I was working really hard to make more, but I was avoiding. There was this root fear and a lot of trauma around money. We were refugees in Italy, and then we immigrated to Canada, and I grew up in a trailer park, and there was a lot of money stuff that I had to work through to elevate from this. I was making $100,000 a year, and I was still in avoidance. No wonder why I couldn't keep it. I see a lot of people, they make a ton of money off some pump, or they get a meme coin and they make $100,000, or they're making $200 a day in DeFi income, yet they still can't seem to get anywhere because they're still in avoidance of some fundamental, I'll say flaws or issues or problems that they've got to overcome. So you got to know if you're here. That's just the fear, and that's just the fear of the unknown. It's time to face it. Like, it's time to face it. Level 2, clarity. This is where we're like, okay, I'm not going to avoid this anymore. I'm going to dive into the unknown. I'm going to dive into that fear. I'm going to dive into some of my beliefs around money. I'm going to start questioning everything I've been taught around money. And I'm going to start getting some clarity. I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to start learning about how this financial system works. I'm going to make a plan for what my financial freedom number is. What's my ideal lifestyle? What could that look like? Hey, you know what? Maybe your dream is to live in Bali, and for $4,000 a month, you could live a really good life. That's attainable within months if you committed to it. So you got to get clarity. 3, it's awareness. Here's where we step out, and I call it know the flow. We start stepping out and we become aware of where is the money flowing? Oh, I've got income from a job and I've got a little income over here, and here's where money's flowing. And you know what? I'm spending a little too much on Amazon. And when I get emotional and I start stepping back into fear, I spend a little too much on food, or maybe you have some addictions. Like, it's time to just get aware. An addiction can be shopping. Maybe you're smoking weed. Maybe you're playing video games. Maybe you're spending too much on video games. I don't know. But we got to become aware, know the flow. How is money flowing and circulating in our lives? This becomes, to me, one of the stepping stones that leads into the next phase, which is stability. I typically don't like that word, but I'll use it because the word stability and the idea of stability is actually grounded in fear of the unknown. So we're just trying to get stable. But most people understand stability, or they have an idea of what stability means. But that to me is like your bills, your necessities, you're aware of the flow, you're cutting some costs that like literally don't serve you. I'm not the guy who's going to be like, cut out coffee and, live below your means. It's like, no, spend money on the things you enjoy. The things that raise your frequency, your vibration, that make you feel more alive. Spend money on that. Invest in that. That's an investment in yourself. But everything else, trying to prove to other people, trying to show the world, trying to cope or fill some void inside you with more material possessions that you actually don't care about, it's a waste of your time, a waste of your money, and to me, a waste of life. But here's stability. This is a really good place to be. Bills, shelter, food, necessities. It's like, okay, like I'm okay this month. We can dive a lot deeper into that because I've seen people with a lot of money and they still don't feel okay that month. This goes deep. I'm scratching the surface here, but we do have to work past that. 5 is security. Again, a word I typically don't like because it's a false sense of security, but we understand it. But this is where I'm earning more than I'm spending, and I'm starting to invest it. What's cool to me about crypto and DeFi is you can start with very small amounts, whereas a lot of other investment and opportunity vehicles demand a lot more money to start. Crypto DeFi is accessible to anyone. You can start with a small amount, which to me is super, super cool. So here's where we actually start investing, and at some point you reach your financial freedom. Now, of course, this isn't like, oh, one day you're here, the next day you're here. This can be a 6-month, 12-month, 2-year journey. Maybe you need 50 grand a month to be financially free. I don't know your lifestyle. Maybe that's a longer journey for you. But I've seen people hit financial freedom through leveraging crypto and DeFi in 6 months, 12 months. I'll actually post some videos here of their journeys and some case studies. And again, this is where your passive or your leverage, PL over T4. I'm making it way more complex than it is. Passive or your leveraged income exceeds your time for money income. You are financially free. Now, I have seen this happen. A lot of people think that's the end-all be-all. It's not. I've known, and I went through some pretty deep depressions after I was good. Good meaning, hey, I got to where I thought I needed to get to, and everything would just change overnight. It didn't. In fact, oftentimes it got worse because what I wasn't focused on at the time was fulfillment. I have now bought my time back. What do I want to spend my money doing? That's why you see people who are successful in something. And I love reading the internet comments with this, but they're successful in something, and then they start a business that serves people, and you hear in the comments all the time, well, if you're so successful, why are you doing this? Why are you charging people for this? Why are you starting this business? It's like, because at some point, and it's just a level of awareness. I don't hate on those people. They're just literally not aware. They're just not, they're not seeing it yet. They will, because once you get here, time, purpose, meaning. And that's where like a lot of purpose-driven businesses are started, or some level of service is started. It's like, hey, if I don't have to work again, what would I want to do? And for most people, that's not sitting on a beach. I know we think it is, but it's to do something actually meaningful. I want to wake up every single day and have a ton of purpose, ton of meaning. I love shooting these videos. If this video got 1 view or 1,000 views or 10,000 views, if this video made me $1 or $1 million, to me, it's indifferent. Time, purpose, meaning. And as you work through these levels, a lot of people don't think about this until it's too late. They get here, they have all this time, and then they self-destruct because they've got some shadows and demons that they haven't yet slaughtered. And idle time without purpose and meaning can be, I've known a lot of people that went down that path and they didn't end up in a very good place, and I don't want that being you. So to me, the final step is you've hit financial freedom, you have time. Now what do you want to do with your time that gives you more purpose, more meaning? And to me, that would be one of the final levels of financial freedom. We can keep going into higher levels of frequency and into spiritual development and into like enlightenment. We won't for now. We're going to keep things grounded in this 3D reality of humans and money and people and countries and borders and passports. That is the system we live within, and very difficult to live outside of it. So it's all about learning the game, learning the system, and learning how to play it so you're not being played by the game. I really hope this video helped. If it did, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment below what landed for you. What's your takeaway? One takeaway that you can actually apply. One takeaway. That's the deal. These videos will be free forever. We don't even monetize this channel. We have no ads that run on this channel. But that's the cost of admission. Let me know what landed for you. And with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some videos here and here and here and here. Do check them out. We'll leave some stuff around yield farming. We'll leave $22,000, $24,000 days up here. We'll leave some case studies or how we're doing a couple $100 to a couple $1,000 per day. Do check them out. Dive in. Invest in your education. Like, go all in on you. And with that said, I'll see you in the next. Peace.